Tonight's adventure takes place in the lower region of Noishing, within a province known as South Coast. Emmi and Jak have successfully made it into the heart of the Barbarian's Ball. With the help from their new goblin buddy Spleen, Emmi and Jak have 1 hour of cover to retrieve the stone. Now looking like a tabaxi and a lovely dwarf, our heroes try to recover some extra gold to use in the auction for the stone, as well as a potential payment to their debt to Nicholas Stormborn. As they wait for the auction to start, Emmi sees a ghost from her past. Her once dead friend Elliot is present at the ball and very much alive. As she rushes to talk to him, she's informed that the masked vigilante Totem is in the building, someone who our heroes are supposed to kill as another part of Nicholas's debt. Unfortunately, Emmi and Jak can't worry about that now. Our heroes must focus and blend in with the rest of the attendants, because they must commence in the highlight of the Barbarian's Ball. It's now time for the legendary auction. The two of you, Jak, with you being kind of counting your money, you end up being pushed by this wave of people, so you kind of get lost in the crowd. And the same thing happens to you, Emmi, although across the room. As you guys are getting funneled into this other room, and as you start entering, you start hearing this. You heard it before, but now it's even more clear. Of this kind of fanfare music. It's kind of like an intro music you would hear to like in something akin to like a news show or to like a ceremony. It's kind of like in Broadway they have the overture. That's kind of what this sounds like.
Oh, okay. For a minute I was thinking the whole Duloc part of the first Shrek movie.
No, it's all instrumental.
Okay.
There's no singing.
Okay.
You enter this well-lit ballroom that just screams royalty. Ornate molding decorates the walls, and there are 6 columns that run north and south of the room. Currently, you guys are at the south of the room. The floor is made of marble, a different colored marble than the one that was made in the eating hall. So this is like the eating hall was actually pretty fancy. This is like 2 notches above that. A large opening. There's a large opening in the roof that leads to an upper balcony. And from what you can tell, there's a glass ceiling that kind of goes over it. So you can see people looking over this balcony watching this. But in the middle of that glass ceiling, there is a circular, circle that is holding a chandelier. And then at the very, very far end of the hall near the entrance, there is a large fountain. And then as you kind of walk in, the two of you end up meeting with each other because you guys are just getting pushed by this crowd. To your character's left, there is there's a stage. And so as you guys get pushed into it, you get to see on the stage, there are a couple figures. There are 2 drow guards that look very similar to the ones you found holding all the animals in the cells. Then there is an elven woman. Drow are purple or dark elves. There is a moon elf woman who she kind of has this very, very faint periwinkle skin and a brown braided hair that goes all the way down to her back. And she's kind of in some ornate clothing, but you can see that she has a weapon on her. And it looks like she is greeting and being somewhat of a hostess. Funny enough, because she is the host.
Jak's into it.
And then you finally find the source of the music, which is coming from this bard cladded in purple. He is only carrying a violin, and upon closer look, you see that he's the size of a human, but he is not one. He is a kenku, which is a raven person, and all the music is coming from his mouth.
Oh, like Stitch style when he's got his finger on like the radio kind of thing?
A little bit, but if you like, make a perception check, Jack.
Gotcha. 22.
You're baffled by this.
Yeah.
You have never seen anything like this before.
I figured that makes sense.
But to explain to everyone else what is happening, Kenku they don't speak, but they mimic sounds. And so if you watch really carefully, you see this bard. He's producing different sounds like drum beats and bass grooves and horns, like one at a time as he's playing along with his violin.
Wow.
Cool.
So yeah, you all are getting kind of pushed into the middle. You see some familiar faces. You see some of the people you saw at the Fight Club. In the very, very back, you see Nicholas Stormborn, and he looks incredibly unhappy. But he is just watching everybody in the area. And actually, he's going to make a check.
Oh
dear. I don't like him.
He locks his eyes on the two of you, and you two both look directly at him. And then he kind of skirts his eyes in a different direction. He doesn't notice you.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay.
I gave him disadvantage on a perception check because you guys are disguised.
Right. So,
Which I'm glad, too, because the first roll he got was a 19 before his
that's
modifier. And he has
Yeah, I was about to be like, he
dear.
locks eyes on me and just stares through the disguise. The disguise comes apart and it's just Jack. No.
yeah.
Speaking of this, guys, you guys probably have about 45 minutes left of looking like a cat man and a dwarf and a woman.
Awesome.
Oh, boy.
Awesome.
And then Emmy, sort of a couple people ahead of you, is that Dragonborn guy.
Oh, my goodness.
Is there anything you guys would want to do right now?
I think...
And didn't you say that they said it's about to start?
Yeah, but there are people meandering, and you can see that they haven't started just yet. Oh, you'll see it in a minute.
Okay.
Emmy, you should probably inform Jack about Totem.
Yeah, how far away are we from each other?
You guys are right next to each other.
Now
we are now.
Yeah, you guys are now right next to each other.
Oh, okay, so we ended up next to each other.
Yeah, so I
Yeah, you let me know.
Yeah, I just come up right next to you and just go, by the way, I just got a message from Droopy, and he told me exactly what we told him not to tell us.
Great.
You know that person? Yeah.
Great.
He's apparently in the building somehow. He was on the roof.
Great.
Now he's in the building.
Great.
And he told me. Just thought I'd share.
I figure... Since you know and Spleen knows that I
would
guess
have
it's okay now that I know. Great. I also don't think that I have even enough money to get a plastic cup out of this auction.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and
I don't know how we can.
yeah, I don't know.
Auction. I mean, what do you call it? Bid.
I don't think we will be doing any bidding, but wow.
As you guys start talking about bidding, you see this little goblin. Oh, never mind. No, he's not a goblin. He's a human. He kind of walks by, and he's like one of the waiters, and he goes, "Oh, do you guys want to bid?" Oh, okay. And he gives you these two cards that have numbers on them.
Oh, okay.
And he goes, "Okay, yeah, here you go. Sorry if that should have been given to you in the beginning of the whole."
Oh, thank you.
ceremony."
Right. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And we look at each other like, we can't bid. We can't bid? I got no money.
We can't bid, but
So just keep your...
wait. Hold on a second. Everybody else has got these plates, huh?
Yeah.
These little circular plates with numbers on them.
Right.
What if I just swiped these right after an auction? So, like, they make their bids, and I have the number, so we can claim it after. Would that be a bad idea? I was thinking about trying to swipe some bags here, but, like, I'm real nervous. So I kind of, like, glance up at the stage. Towards Nick's direction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm nervous. I know that he's like everyone's in this room, so I know that there's like eyes within this room, just like looking around. So it's like I don't know.
As you look around, you see that even Nick's guards his drow, and if you look around, you see some Goliaths wearing some similar armor as the drow. they're kind of filled entirely in the room. So there are a ton of security in here,
Yeah.
especially at this moment.
Yeah.
Also, your bidding numbers, Emmy, you have 6.
Okay.
And Jak, you have 50. Those are your numbers.
That's
that are
our
on
numbers.
Your cards. So Jak, is that your plan to swipe someone else's number?
Like after like they've like finished like bidding for a particular item.
Yeah. That's not a bad plan, but you still would have to pay for
That's
it
the thing,
afterwards.
yeah, because it's like then we would end up having to claim the
Right.
number,
Yeah.
and then there would be somebody who's freaking out because they've lost their number.
Yeah, because they know their number.
Yeah, because they would know their number,
Right.
so it's
Yeah.
like it's not a particularly good option.
No. So
honestly.
as you're kind of thinking this, mentioning this, I kind of go, I don't think that's a good plan.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so I'm thinking,
Yeah.
honestly...
We just can't even bid at this
can't,
point.
we can't.
And I
So-
said, and I kind of like did like this, like look that way and
Like you nodded your head.
yeah, I'm nodding to you. I'm like going like look over here and look over here, and it's like this is starting to look really bad.
Yeah. So you guys are aware.
Like I am getting more and more and more and more nervous, and meanwhile I still haven't even. I told him about Totem, but I haven't even shared with him about Elliot, and so
Do you want to?
And I'm at this point. I don't know if you can visibly tell how I'm about to come apart. And
yeah, I chalked that. I think
Make a. All right. You have Sorry, because you just said something, and I'm gonna make you do it. You are gonna have to make a performance check
performance.
to keep your composure.
Okay.
and that would be
Okay. Well,
it'd be your charisma.
is that charisma?
Yes.
Okay, so that right now isn't looking great. Because I'm trying to figure out, is that the dot makes it this way?
Yeah. Whatever the dot is.
Oh, so that's 9.
That's the bottom.
And then, did you say?
charisma.
2. 11.
So you just barely.
Are holding it together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like really at this moment.
So can
You kind of start your blood pressure goes up.
Yeah.
You're breathing really heavily, but it's not as catastrophic as it could be.
Yeah.
But you are.
does he ask me what's wrong?
Yeah, I was about to ask. Should I do like a little perception to see if Jak like?
Well, make an
kinda-
insight. Yeah.
Yeah, an insight. Yeah.
Or investigation. I'll let you pick either one of those.
I'll do insight.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good.
That's 18 plus 5. So
Yeah, you see that
23.
Emmy is almost on the verge of tears, but she is
Trying.
You can tell she is trying very hard to keep her composure.
Okay. Yeah, and I think like yeah, Jak sees all this, but like we know we're pressed for time. Like stuff's about to kind of start up, and honestly, I think Jak just kind of like snaps to like a plan, a good plan. I think he looks at you and just kind of like grabs you by the shoulders, and is just like, we gotta take a deep breath. I think that I know what we can do here. There's like nothing we can do, but I've got an idea. You said that Totem has been spotted on the premises, right?
Yeah.
He's a fireman. Can't you start a fire?
She can cast Sacred Flame, yeah.
Yeah. Like, what if you cast that just into the room? What if we started some sort of commotion? What if we started this? We would have to wait till this item, till the item we're looking for comes on bid, on stage. But what if we started a fire? They wouldn't know that it was us particularly. And even if they saw it was us, we'd be in disguise. So it wouldn't really be you and me. And even then, people are going to think that it's like something to do with fire. There's already somebody on the premises that is on fire.
Well, he would have to be in the room.
No, I
wouldn't know that.
No, I get what he's saying.
People
I
wouldn't know
don't.
that.
It's just that signal of there is something on fire that is happening.
Yes.
And there is someone who is literally made of fire.
Yeah, that the guards are looking for. The normal people in here, they're gonna think it's just a fire. They're gonna think something crazy is going on. I don't know about the host. The host is probably gonna think there's just somebody trying to disrupt her ball. But the guards for certain are on the lookout for somebody who's on fire. They also don't know where Jak and Emmy are.
At this moment.
Yeah, at this moment. So if we were to start the fire maybe when the item we're looking for is on stage, so I can try to swipe it in all the commotion.
Could be.
That is not a bad plan. It's gonna take a lot of checks to do that.
Yes.
But that is possible.
Yeah, because if I don't see any other option here that would have us in a good spot besides this, and that's all I can think of. I see that you're not doing too hot right now, but that's kind of all I ask of you is just if we can just keep our composure for a little bit, wait for this item, and you should know when to start this fire.
And where?
That you will find out whenever you guys want to do it.
Okay.
Because currently at the moment, the hostess, she walks up. So someone in just one of the guards cast thaumaturgy on her, which makes her voice boom 3 times as loud as normal for 1 minute, so that she is using a microphone, but without a microphone.
Gotcha.
So she says, "Welcome once again to the 3rd Barbarians Ball. I'm Irva Moonkaren, and it's been a wonderful evening, hasn't it?" And they all start kind of clapping. She goes, Before I get to the highlight of the Barbarians Ball, I want to thank the Waterscale clan for catering tonight's dinner. Can we give everyone a round of applause, especially our wonderful chef? She's such a wonderful friend and hostess. I love her so much. Thank you, Devi. And as everybody kind of comes out, you see that portly wizard woman kind of come out.
Who hates us.
She just kind of claps real quick, and she's like, "Okay, good. Now I need to go back to work." And she leaves. And she's like, "All right then, Devi, thank you." So let's not waste any more time. Let's not waste any more of your time. Let's see what the items are for tonight's auction. Each of these 4 wonderful items were given by our wonderful Patreons. From Stormborn Beast Enterprises, and she kind of gestures to Nicholas, and he kind of gives a little look and don't acknowledge me.
Too late.
She goes, the amazing Guild of Gore, and then you just see a bunch of orcs just start cheering, and everybody starts cheering for them, going, "Gore, Gore, Gore, Gore."
Oh my.
And she says another name, and she says, "And our illustrious insect glaive." And when she says that, you see the Dragonborn man kind of wave his hand in a proper way. And when you look, you can definitely see he is wearing the insect glaive sash on his arm, which to remind the audience, the insect glaive is the symbol is a black widow spider, but but instead of having an hourglass, it is a blade. And it is also the group that Emmi had fought over, and Emmi and Ander fought the Forge over. And then she goes, "And one of these items was even given by yours truly." And so, without further delay, let's get things started. First up, and as she moves, you guys see this glass counter, this glass cabinet full of 4 different items. One is a sword, one is a book, one of them is a little pouch, and the other is a brown stone. The stone that you guys are looking for is right in front of you.
Is the stone outside of that box?
It's within the box.
Okay.
In the glass box.
Yes.
Okay.
So she claps her hands, and one of the guards opens it up, and he picks up the blade, and he hands it to Irva. And she goes, "The first item we have here is the Recall Blade. Many of you have never heard of it before, but I'll show you what it does." And she snaps her fingers again, and another guard brings out a watermelon and sets it up on a pedestal. She goes, "It's like any other normal short sword. Works well, cuts well," and she does one swinging motion and completely cleaves the watermelon in half. But she goes, "But here's the fascinating thing about this item." And she takes it and she just chucks it across the room. And you guys watch as this sword just flings dangerously close to the audience. But right before it hits, she kind of flicks her wrist and the blade disappears and reappears right in her hand.
Oh, wow.
She goes, and everybody just starts cheering. And
Me
they-
too.
Yeah.
Jack too.
like, whoa.
Jack's kind of setting a little secondary objective here. Swipe that too.
Yeah, right? A must have.
A must have.
Yeah.
In the inventory.
Yes.
So
It's like, I'm thinking that's cooler than stone, which.
Yeah.
I'm like,
If he doesn't want that stone, I'll just give him
was
his
like,
blade.
that's cool.
But that's if I even want to give it to him.
like everybody's getting real excited for this, and she goes, "Okay, well the starting bid is at 50 gold pieces. Who would like to bid?" And as soon as she says that, someone goes up 55, another 100, and then it starts going up a little bit in increments of 10 after that. Jack or Emmy, do you want to bid on this item?
Well, I just don't see how we can. I mean,
You both have you have money on you.
Yes. We can, is the thing, but given the plan, it'd kind of be pointless since we're about to start a thing.
Okay, so you are not going to bid on this item.
I'm thinking that Jack might. He might just entertain the idea. Because it's like, here's the thing that's going through his mind. It's going through my mind too. We're about to start something here for one item. But Jack's kind of got this secondary thing in his head. I like this blade. So what if Jack was actually kind of playing fair and ends up winning the blade in the auction? But like, since nobody's gonna get their items till after the whole thing is done, and the thing's never gonna really be finished, is it? What with our plan? Then it's like, well, I'll swipe the blade, but if anyone tries to come looking for it, I already want it as well.
Okay,
So it's like, yeah.
And so, you know how I had money, like Emmy has money.
Yeah.
I have money.
Point at your microphone.
And so, did you already come with money?
Yes.
I did come with money, and I did win maybe like an additional twice as much as I had. The number I've written is I have like plus 220. So that would be like 320.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
have
it comes out
gold
total.
pieces?
Gold.
Yeah.
Because I have like 400.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to. I won't try to dip into yours, but
No.
because what was it? You said there right now people are like raising hands for stuff under like
Yeah, so
100 right now?
currently the recall blade is at 125.
So yeah, that's totally doable.
Not 125. Jack waits a bit. I think he waits a little bit because are people throwing up hands, or at this point are people trying to beat out numbers?
People are trying to beat out numbers. There's about 3 people that are bidding for this right now.
Okay.
As you kind of wait a little bit, now it'd probably be about 135.
How's it looking on stage? Are they about to like close out this?
No, Irva's letting this go on.
Okay. Jack waits a little bit longer.
Okay, so then it would be at 150 by now.
150?
Yeah.
If it's just at 150, Jack raises a bold hand and goes 200.
She goes, "Oh, we got a high bidder from the Catman. 200? Does anyone want to beat 200?" Then you hear someone go, 250,
Oh, of course.
and like glares right at you.
I glare right back and I'm just like 251.
Do you want to make an intimidation check?
Yes. And can I have some sort of buff or debuff given this disguise?
No.
Good.
No, you are a Catman. You aren't you aren't super threatening.
Yeah. Hold on. So what kind of role is this again? Performance?
No, intimidation.
Intimidation.
Unless you want, I'll let you do performance or intimidation.
Or it would have to be performance, I think. I like this would be a minus for me since my intimidation would be better.
Okay.
But it's like I'd give it performance since I'm under disguise.
Okay.
So it's like nice. It's a wow. An 8.
So the guy looks at you. He's a human.
Mm-hmm.
He raises his card and goes, "You said 251?"
251.
He goes 351.
Oh,
Really? And then she goes, "Ooh, 351. Did we have any more? And it starts going up a little bit.
Okay. I think she's saying, do we have any more? Do people try to raise their hands, or is she about to actually close it out on them?
There are now this human guy and there is an orc bidding for this. And
Okay.
they're just jabbing at each other. So it's going 351, 352, 353. It's minimal amounts.
Okay, I say that right before she like closes out like her thing, like she's about to say like, all right, we're gonna end it here, like on that last word, Jack points his hand up too, but he raises the price by 50. So whatever that price is, it's like if they stopped at 375 and she goes, oh yeah, no, we'll stop it here. He goes, no, it's 425.
Okay, so that's 425.
Yeah.
She goes, okay, Catman's got some money. Here we go. Anybody else? Let's see. What we said,
425.
425. No one else goes against that.
Yes.
She goes, all right. It looks like, she goes, oh, can you please raise your number one more time?
50 is raised.
Number 50, he has won the recall blade. Here we go. And then you see some of the guards fumble through a bunch of different numbers, and they put the blade back in the box, and they tape a number 50 over it.
Okay.
And she goes, ooh, good start for tonight. Now, on to our next item. She goes, okay, this next item will be especially important to you spellcasters out there. And she goes, bring it out. And these two guards both pick up this book. They don't both need to. It's not as heavy as two people need to hold it. Mm-hmm. They just look terrified holding this thing.
Oh.
And when you look at the book, it's this leather-bound book, but you can tell something's strange about it. Mm-hmm. And they hand it to her, and she just holds it up like nobody's business. And she goes, well, I'm no spellcaster, but this is a manual of golems. So for those who would like to create and experiment with magic, you can create your own sort of monster with this thing. But be careful. Some are not worthy enough to read this and may be a little shocked by it. In gameplay terms, let me explain what the manual of Golem does.
So in the wrong hands, this could be awful.
It could be awful for either the person with the wrong hands,
right,
or people.
Yeah. On the planet.
Yeah. Also, man, I think Jak takes a little aside to Emmi, and he also hopes that like what with this little friendly competition that he has just been a part of, it's entertained you a bit, is like kind of like helped you out a little bit, just a little bit. He knows this probably won't do much, but he's just like, I'm either gonna need 5 gold pieces from you, or I'm gonna have to swipe stuff from this guy right in front of us, because we're kind of smushed up against people, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Very tight.
I'm just gonna.
There's a lot of people in this room.
I'm gonna have to swipe stuff from somebody in front of me if this goes on, because I am in -5 gold if I'm actually paying for this thing. And I hope I don't have to.
At the end, you hope to just take
just leave with it.
Just leave with it.
At the very least, wave the 50 to them and just run off with it.
Again, the final price was
425.
425. Mm-hmm. Okay, just making sure. So the manual of golems, you can basically craft the ability to make different types of golems, either made out of clay, flesh, or iron, or stone. It costs like a ludicrous amount of money to do this, but you get a creature that, like a mindless creature that just follows you. But if you do not have a 5th level spell slot, you can't read it, and if you do, you will take 6d6 of psychic damage.
Wow.
It will like just physically hurt your brain.
Wow.
Oh, and are they telling people that?
No, I was explaining that that's how the manual of golems works.
Yeah.
So she goes, all right, the starting bid is at 100 gold pieces. Any of you would like to bid on this?
I think at this, I look at you and go, mm-mm.
No, I wouldn't bid on this.
No, because neither of you can actually physically use this.
Right, that's what.
Question, by the way. So they put the blade back into like a box or back into the box?
The box, the glass box.
Okay, and whenever they take an item out, are they leaving this box open, or is the box like, do they just like take it out and then close it again?
So the box has individual compartments for each item.
So it's not one long.
So when
yeah, that's what I was.
well, it's one long box, but with walls.
With walls,
gotcha.
yeah.
And it's like different tops
compartments.
to them.
And whenever they are auctioning an item, The it looks like a pill caddy.
Yeah.
Like a big pill caddy.
A
big pill caddy.
pill caddy.
Whenever they are auctioning an item, the box is open,
Gotcha.
but the item is usually in.
In the hands
In
of
Irva's hands.
the host, yes.
So as you guys are processing all the stuff with the boxes, because that happened in real time, because as soon as you guys check back into the auction, this thing's already at like 900 gold pieces.
Wow.
And then she goes, okay, 950. It looks like no one else is going to bid. We're going to close this. And as soon as she says that, Nicholas in the back goes, 2,000.
And he's the one that brought it to begin with, didn't he?
He brought one of the items. We don't know which one.
Oh, okay.
But as you say that, Irva glances at him and glares at him. And when she does that, the Dragonborn does as well. Or Elliot. As
Elliot,
you guys
Yeah, or as she knows.
as Emmy knows. They both kind of glare. She glares at him with like daggers. The Dragonborn just kind of looks and has this puzzled look on his face, and then looks back at Irvin. She goes, "Okay, 2,000 to Nicholas Stormborn. Is anybody gonna contest that?" Everything's silent.
Sure.
No one messes with it.
What would happen if I did? I don't have the money to back it up.
No,
You want to try?
I think I know. I think that as you did like make this little look that as Jak can,
Yeah.
I grabbed you by the arm like, don't even.
It's like,
No. No.
I've already won something.
So she goes, "Okay."
But plus the fact that we don't want to mess with him
Yeah.
as much any more than we had going to have
Yeah,
to.
it's like we could.
But
We've
you-
taken the polyjuice potion, but like,
But here's the thing.
here's the thing. I don't want to mess with
Let's
this
not-
fire, this garbage fire, more than I have.
Yeah,
to.
right.
Yeah. So
It's like no. Let him.
She go like now you can see she's kind of upset.
And this has actually gone pretty fast because I'm trying to think of time.
yeah.
Because like she said, let's not waste more time.
Would you say we have 35 minutes in disguise now?
Yes.
Nice.
She says, "Okay." And he doesn't have a number, as you notice. And she goes, "Okay. Nicholas Stormborn owns the Manual of Golems." And she puts it back in the box, and she completely turns her back and puts it in herself as the two guards write Nicholas's name on it. And so they put it next to your number 50.
Oh, okay.
She stays behind the box for just a little bit, and she turns around. Now you can see she's a little bit brighter. She goes, "Okay, on to the next item. This next item is just a bag of dust, but not any type of bag of dust. It is
Sweet cocaine.
Yeah.
Welcome to Narcos.
you say that in universe, and everyone laughs, and she goes, "Oh no, we're a bunch of criminals and thieves. We aren't that bad."
just a good laugh, everybody. Just a good laugh. And she kind of looks at me like, yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. And I'm shaking my head going, shut up. I want to be incognito, and you have, managed to somehow have all the attention on us yet again.
It's all right. It's all right.
Well, it's not all right, because now Nicholas doesn't see through your disguise, but now he's intently watching you guys because he noticed something was up.
good.
I was like,
She goes, "No, this is dust of sneezing and choking. Just take a little bit of this dust and put it in someone's drink, in their face, or however way you would like to kill them, and just like as it says, they will start sneezing and choking and will eventually stop."
oh my. That's terrifying.
Would all these people who are laughing along with me just kind of just stop? Because
Yeah.
I would think Jak stops too.
Some of the more people who look a little bit more well refined stop, but a lot of the
Like goblins?
more barbaric and
Yeah.
like monstrous creatures start laughing. And she goes, "All right, starting bid at 25," and then it starts going.
Scary.
Yeah.
You guys want it? You guys want to bid on it?
No.
No.
Okay. So, inconvenience of time. It kind of goes a little bit, and it ends up reaching about 100 gold pieces. And then she goes, "Is that the closing bid? 100 gold pieces? Anybody else?" "Okay, no. great. And she gestures to the dwarfen guy, who I forgot his name, Swagger. Swagger lifts up his number, which is 73.
Nice.
And he starts cheering, and she goes, "Okay, to the intoxicated dwarven man, thank you." And she puts it up, and then so now Swagger is the one who's going to have the dust of sneezing and choking.
All right, Emmy. Looks like we're gonna have to get ready.
As you say that, she goes, "Yes." And no, she doesn't say yes because she didn't hear you.
Right.
That was more my acknowledgement. She goes, "Okay, on to the most wondrous item we have here today."
Oh, this is going to be a trip.
And she slips on this glove, and she goes, "Guards, you guys can stay back." And she opens the box herself, and she picks up the stone with the glove, and nothing happens. She goes, "Here we have a item that most people thought was unobtainable, wouldn't exist. Everyone, this comes from a well forge." No one says anything in the audience. And she goes, "The well forges were made way back when, before many of us were even born or a twinkle in our father's eyes. Many clans, kingdoms, religions, and races fought over these, and we thought they were all destroyed. However, some weren't, and some are still active here today. And my item that I brought myself today, this comes from the primordial forge. The forge crafted by all the elementals of the world of earth, wind, and fire, and air."
September by Earth, Wind, and Fire starts playing heavily.
Yes. As that happens, the Kenku, he starts playing it.
Baseline.
And it's very groovy. It's kind of cool. There's almost a little bit of a light show going on from one of the magic guard who casted on her the spell.
This guard's into the groove too.
They're all into the groove. Everybody's getting into the groove, but as you notice, they're kind of disregarding what she's saying.
Gotcha.
And she goes, "I won't even show you what this thing can do, but trust me, it is well worth the price. Starting bid is at 200 gold pieces." And as she says that, there's silence. And no one bids on it.
Oh.
So we look at each other, and I go, "What's?"
And as she's kind of holding the item, and she kind of steps back and puts it back in the case, and she goes, "I'm sorry, I don't think you all understand. I know 200 is a high price, but this thing is of legend." And then she tells one of the guards, "Let me show you what this thing can do to people." And she goes, "Can you go bring him out?" And one of the guards leaves and exits the way you came. We've had a particular group of people, some petty little goblin clan, try to come and take this. Now, they didn't want to take the sword or the blade or the book, but this item. So, as I say again, this is well worth the price.
So because we look at each other and we kind of instantly realize,
the call class
and so I said, I kind of looked down and I kind of said into my call class, Spleen, leave.
Hey,
get out now. Run now.
What do you mean?
Out.
Like,
they're coming for you. Get out now.
What about you guys?
Get out now.
Just get out.
Just go now.
Just tell them.
Just get out now. So I just tell them to get out because they're coming, and so the best thing for them to be is not to be able to find him.
He goes, "Oh, okay. I guess I'm leaving right now." And as soon as he does, he goes, "Hang on, wait!" And then it goes out.
Oh, because totem. Or they got him.
Or they got him.
Either they got him
Yeah, I don't
or
know.
totem.
So,
But I looked at you and I went, "Oh, get out now."
So as this is going on, one person does bid on the item, and it's the Dragonborn. He just kind of lifts up his number.
I'm like,
and
"Are
she
you
goes,
kidding?"
All right. 200 for the Dragonborn. Anyone want to
So should
compete against that?
'Cause I got 400.
I got it. I'll start bidding on it, but I think you gotta try to find a nice place to start a good fire.
Now?
Now.
And so where?
Wherever you see fit.
Because
And-
because if we're right smack in the middle of the room, which means we're right smack in the middle of people, that would not be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't. Whoever's next to me is going to be like, "Hey, she just started a fire."
Yeah.
It would have to be a little more discreet.
Can't it be at a distance?
Yes, it can. Well, your Sacred Flame goes up to 60 feet.
It's gonna be there.
I would like you to make a perception check, Emmy.
13.
And add your wisdom to that.
3, 16.
16. Okay. So, just across the room, you can see there's a couple entrances to other areas, and there is a bar to your far right, and you can see that there is a whiskey keg in front of the door.
Okay.
So if you
Okay.
realize you set that thing on fire, that could explode.
Yeah, because it's whiskey.
And it is away from
me?
people.
Yeah.
It's away from you and it was away from people.
Yeah, because I
so-
just didn't want to attract more attention to
Yeah.
us because we have people all around us.
So you found a place that you could do it. Now, I would request that you do a stealth check if you are going to go through with it.
Yeah.
So at this point, you go now, okay?
Yeah.
And I go looking around. I saw the whiskey.
You
thing.
saw the whiskey thing. Make a stealth check then.
Okay.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I'm still rattled and thinking to myself, why the heck is Elliot an insect slave? Why is he bidding on this?
Jack's bidding against him.
I am.
Got some numbers
Okay.
up too.
Um,
He's trying to keep it alive because nobody else is,
okay.
right?
So if you were trying to keep it alive, then how much did you want to bid on it? It was 200?
It was 200. Elliot put in something over that, right?
No, she said she goes 200.
Oh, it starts at 200.
Yeah,
So-
and he said he would buy it.
He
for
said 200.
Okay.
So you'd have to
So
say
I
something
go
over.
201.
Meanwhile, I got what did you say? Am I doing?
Stealth.
16.
Okay. I'll resolve that in a minute.
Oh, sorry.
Because we're trying to resolve two things at once.
Yeah.
Let's do the whole thing with Jack. So if you say 201, he starts going up in increments of 50. So he says 251.
Yeah, I keep just adding one to them.
Okay. As you do that,
Oh, because you're just trying to be annoying.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to be annoying. I'm just trying to take up the time.
as you do that, you see Nicholas talking to one of the guards, and they are looking more specifically at you. Mm-hmm. Emmy, you said you had a 16. Let's
Yeah.
cut back to Emmy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You had a 16 with your stealth check.
Right.
So let me do a check for that. That's good. We'll see how good it is. I'm gonna have you are close enough to the whiskey barrel, and you can make the attack.
Okay. Which just basically equals a flame.
No,
Yeah,
that's for the target.
Okay, yeah, so you don't I was wondering if you had to do a if you had to do an attack roll, but the Sacred Flame works where the target has to make a dexterity saving throw.
That's what
it's a barrel. It
Yeah.
can't make a dexterity saving
Exactly.
throw. So you cast it, and doesn't matter how much damage you do to it. A little flame goes out and is not noticed by the crowd, but it is noticed by the guards.
Oh, crap.
And it explodes. So this thing goes off, and everyone in the audience is like, they kind of look and they're a little freaked out. And then Nicholas kind of goes, "All right, apprehend them, go now." And then all these guards rush to the two of you.
Great.
And then as soon as all of that is happening, the chandelier shakes, and on top of it is
Perfect.
totem.
Perfect.
and in walks exactly who we wanted.
And if
Yes.
everything is just gonna, start hitting the fan, one of the guards does bring in Spleen from where you came.
Oh,
So he
good.
comes in.
Good. Spleen's here too.
Spleen's in one of the doors, or he's coming in the entrance from the kitchen, or the eating hall. totem is now currently on top of the chandelier.
Do people see him?
Everybody's looking at him, but all the guards are converging on the two of you.
Great.
Crap. Because I was about to say, I think Jak yells at this point, "Oh no, he's on fire." Probably not even at Totem, just in the crowd. I think he'll do that. I think he'll do that anyway, but he's trying to rush the stage.
Hey, he's on fire.
He's trying to rush the stage, but he's also like yelling like, "He's on fire! They're on fire!"
So as you make a charisma check.
Oh,
it's a 4.
You start saying that. Some people look at you, but the guards then just tackle you. And as soon as they grab you and like put you to the ground, your Tabaxian form dissipates. And you are now the Jack Pilgrim everyone knows.
good. Great.
Okay, so that much time has passed?
Or no,
It's all happening at once.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying, so all this time that we were bidding and all that, basically the hour's over.
No, they tackled me, so the disguise is out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't know that.
I don't know if that's how it works. Sorry, Dungeons & Dragons people, whatever. At this point, it probably would be.
Because at one point, we were at like
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
We're at 30 minutes for the golem.
Yeah,
that was,
even
that was
way
like the
before.
second item, so it's like that.
By this point, it's about to run out anyway, but they're grabbing you.
So this works. Okay.
Yeah.
And as soon as they come and they grab you, Emmy, your form disappears as well, and you were revealed to be as Emmy.
Yeah.
Plus Jak made a bad check. He just made a terrible check. I made a terrible check just now, so it's like the disguise would have just come apart anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
Right.
Whiskey barrel's on fire.
Well, it's exploded.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of people trying to get out, and then the guards are all on top of you, and Nicholas is walking closer to you guys, but then everything is stopped by Totem. And he goes, "All right, everyone here. This den of sin and debauchery and animal cruelty has come to an end."
Oh God! Jak just mumbles under his breath. No, he just cringes.
So do their attention go to him?
Oh, everybody's looking at him now.
Okay, great.
And he's standing on the chandelier. And he's like hanging off of it, so he kind of looks like a little bit of a pirate.
Oh,
And
awesome. I'm kind of glad, actually.
he says, "Oh my God, this is going to go so bad."
Oh, dear.
No, because I've already made some rolls. I already know what's going to happen.
Oh.
So he says, "Many of you are here because you're thieves, petty crimes. Some of you are murderers, adulterers, and all around just nasty people. But I'm here for..." He kind of thinks for a little bit as he looks, and he hears the chandelier just kind of crack
No way.
a little bit. He goes, "For Nicholas Stormborn." He goes, and he points directly. Now he's like turned directly to him, and Nicholas just looks up at him with a very frustrated look. He goes, "Your uncle has done horrible things to animals across the land of No Wishing. And I'm here to stop you and bring you into the proper authorities, who are conveniently coming here right now. I've already alerted them. I've already taken out some of your guards. So do your worst. I can do 10 times better."
And I'm sitting here going, yes.
And as soon as he says that, the chandelier breaks.
Oh, good.
Which means coming down on people.
Yes. So I need Emmy, Jak, and everyone in the ball to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh, good.